fight. Trying to see where the life take me, so I roll the dice. Look up to no one else, but yeah, I was shy. I got real power, Hebrew Israelite.
Your race and your nationality. How do you feel about the information that you heard so far? That's good, brother. And when you hear these commandments, you know, it should want to change. Alright, you shouldn't want to be that one person that just stays the same. You read First Thessalonians 4:10. Alright, and when you come into this truth, this knowledge, it's all about increasing. Alright, you don't want to just be stagnant. You got all this knowledge, but you still smoking squares and being a nigga in the world. You know, after you learn this knowledge, you want to tap into that mindset of being a king. Alright, give me go to Psalms chapter 6, verse 1. Alright, because again, brother, we're kings on earth. Everyone can see on that sign. It's the reason why it's the reason why Israel is at the top. Because that was our original state. But the brother said we broke the commandments, now we're at the bottom. The only way to get back up is to start keeping the commandments and moving as kings. So let me ask you, do you know any about your ancestors that were kings? No. But guess they teach you about Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King. Alright, they teach you about Harriet Tubman and Rosa Parks. But they will never teach you about the kings that are actually our ancestors that we read about in the Bible.
Right.
And you're a descendant of those kings. Alright. So if you're a descendant of a king, brother, then what does that make you? You're a king.
With the Solomon 6:1. Right. Hear therefore, O ye kings.
The Lord say,
Hear therefore, O ye kings.
The Lord said, hear therefore, O ye kings. You know what?
And understand,
Right?
learn ye that be judges of the ends of the earth.
So the Lord called the Israelite kings and judges and rulers. He didn't call you a Negro, black man, an African American. All right, give me Psalm 76, verse number 1. And again, brother, you're from the tribe of Judah. Do you know what Judah means? Judah means the praise of Yahweh. Yahweh being the name of the Most High God. So you being from that tribe, your tribe and our tribe, because I'm from the tribe of Judah, our tribe specifically is known for praising the Most High.
Right.
You read about King David. King David made a house for the Lord and praised the Most High all the days of his life. Hezekiah, Josiah. All right, these different men praise the Lord. Let's get Psalm 76:1.
With the Psalm 76:1.
Right.
In Judah is God known.
Right, it said in Judah is God known. So if you want to go and learn about God, hey, the Lord's going to send you to the tribe of Judah.
Right.
So he said in Judah is God known. Read on.
His name is great in Israel.
It said his name is great in Israel. So again, brother, you being from the tribe of Judah, that's a very big deal.
Right.
All right, Judah is the top of the rest of the tribes we going to it. All right, let's bring up what you got.
It's the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 4 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
And indeed, ye do it toward all the brethren which are in all Macedonia.
Right, that's what we out. That's what we out here talking to you in the cold, because you know that you're our brother. All right, we don't ask for money to come out here and preach to the wind when there's nobody out here and just talk to my brother. Right, we do this out of a sincere, genuine spirit for the love of our people.
Right.
It's like you said, brother, we haven't been in this location for months. Most of when we start coming back out here more, nevertheless, we came out here to talk to you, brother, and talk to whoever else needs to hear the words of the Most High.
Right.
So we don't.
But we beseech you, brethren, that ye increase more and more.
So the Lord requires us to increase more and more.
Right.
So after you hear this knowledge, you don't want to stay at the same place that you were the day before.
Right.
2 weeks ago. No, you want to increase more and more.
Right.
All right, now, again, the brother went over a few commandments. Now it's your job to expound and to read. You have a Bible with you against home.
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, it's your job to start getting in there and start learning.
Right.
Proverbs 1 and 5. All right, let's get Proverbs chapter 1 and verse number 5.
Book of Proverbs 1 and 5.
Right.
A wise man will hear,
Right?
and will increase learning.
So the Lord said a wise man will hear and increase learning. Right now you're hearing and you're getting to understand it. Now it's up to you to do that learning for yourself. To search out that information for yourself. Because again, a teacher The teacher can't teach everything. The teacher's gonna get that homework, the assignment. They're gonna break it down. But it's up to you to expound on how to increase in that. All right, you got something called flipping money, right? Jake on the lesson, so he flip his bricks, make more money off of that. You gotta spiritually flip this knowledge that you receiving right now.
Right.
Right.
And again, that's why we in the code, so we give you this knowledge. 2 Timothy 4:2. All right, let's get 2 Timothy 4:2.
Look at 2 Timothy 4:2.
Yeah.
Preach the word. Be instant, in season, out of season.
Right, that's what the Lord commanded us to come out there when it's out of season in the cold. Again, we're not doing this to be seen of men. Right, we're doing this again to make sure that you come out and that you increase. And not just you only, but for all those that seek learning. We saw right 30 to 15. Verse 17 on the sorry, 33 and 17.
Look, it's all right. 33 and 17.
Bring it out.
Consider that I labor, not for myself only.
Right, and as you're hearing these different verses and you getting an understanding, you want to realize that this is not only for you as well. This information you gotta pass it on to the next person.
Right.
Because we learned these things, and our first mindset was, man, let me tell my mom, let me tell my father, let me tell my homies.
Right.
Same thing with you, brother. You gotta hear this. You gotta pass it on. Why? Because you're not increasing or learning for yourself only, but for what?
But for all them that seek learning.
Right. And we out here for all those that seek learning.
Right.
And we can tell that you want to seek learning, brother.
Right.
Because again, you're the only one out here in below freezing weather that's hearing the words of the Most High.
Right.
Here in Chicago got over 3 million people. Right? People walking to and fro, up and down. But here it is, brother. It's only you hearing the words of the Most High.
Right.
And that should let you know how special you really are. Because if the Lord wanted to, He could have had 1,000 people right here listening to the words of the Most High.
Right.
Like how it was in the ancient world.
Right.
It's been some times that we've been teaching, and it's been tens of people just listening.
Right.
Right? But here it is at this certain moment right now in the blizzard cold, He only has you. And that's spiritual, brother. I don't think that, oh well, that's just a coincidence. I just so happened to walk past and we were out here. No. The Lord chose you for a specific reason.
Right.
All right, and again, you don't want to just neglect that reason. Right? It's something called a gift.
Yeah.
All right, let's get 1 Timothy chapter 4. 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 6. 2 Timothy 1 and 6.
Bring it out.
Look at 2 Timothy 1 and 6.
Bring it out.
Wherefore I put thee in remembrance,
Right?
that thou stir up the gift of God which is in thee.
Say that again.
Wherefore I put thee in remembrance.
So the Lord is going to put you in remembrance. What are you remembering? The days of old, your fathers, slavery. Because again, this society, they're trying to say slavery was just a so-called option. Right? Slavery was an option. Damn, they're trying to get it out the schools. On top of that, they're not even teaching kids about slugging. All right, on top of that, they're not teaching you your real history.
Right.
Because again, I asked you to name 3 of your kings. You couldn't name 3 of our kings. They teach you about the same thing over and over every year. But when you come into this knowledge, into the words of the Most High, the Lord says He's going to start putting you in remembrance. Now, when you're going into the history, you're learning about King David. Reading about Asa, right? Hezekiah, Josiah. You're reading about Nehemiah. Are you reading about these different men that you never learned about was your actual ancestors? Come to find out is God's greatest people ever created.
Right.
So the Lord said He's going to put you in remembrance, you know,
That thou stir up the gift of God which is in thee.
right? And you have a gift that's in you, brother. It's a gift to actually stand out here and endure the cold, believe it or not. Believe it or not, brother, it's brothers that's in this truth that physically can't come out in the cold and endure. Here it is, you just getting your feet wet, learning the knowledge, you already out here and doing it.
Right.
That's one gift that you gotta stir up that sink. You know what?
By the putting up of thy hands.
Right by the putting off of thy hands. So again, brother, it's a spiritual thing that you're out here receiving these words. You don't want to let it just go in one ear and go out the next ear.
Right.
All right, now you want to be able to retain. You said what?
Ain't nobody got no squares.
Yeah, ain't no squares up here, sis. But sis, we do get one verse. One verse.
Deuteronomy, chapter 28.
Sister, one verse.
One verse.
Drop that. And that's what you call a rebellious. Give me Isaiah 1:3. And brother, this is what you call the Israelites, a rebellious people. Alright? Hey, she's an Israelite. She's a daughter of Zion.
Isaiah 1:3.
Right.
The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
Right?
But Israel does not know.
You know what?
My people does not consider.
And again, brother, when you read this Bible, you're gonna realize that it's talking about our people.
Right.
Read that again from the top.
Okay, Isaiah 1:3.
Bring it out.
The ox knoweth his owner.
Ox is a donkey, right? A dumb animal. Everybody knows a donkey is one of the lowest intelligent animals. You know what?
And the ass his master's crib.
Right?
But Israel does not know.
Right?
My people does not consider.
He said, my people do not even consider. Here it is, she asking for a cigarette and she don't even know her nationality. She don't even know that she God's chosen people.
Right.
She walking up and down all jammed up looking for cigarettes. She needs to be looking for some gloves.
Right.
Right? She needs to be listening to the words of the Most High.
Right.
And again, brother, that's how you know that it's talking about so-called black and Hispanics. Give me Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 3. And bring this up what you got, Hosea 4:6.
It's the book of Hosea. It's the book of Hosea, chapter 4.
Right, and again, brother, when you look at the estate of so-called black people, you can just tell we just hard-headed. Just hard-headed, stiff-necked. Right, somebody say do one thing, your immediate reaction, they just do the exact opposite. Kids grow up just bad as hell. Why? Because that's the state of Israel. So let's bring this up real quick.
Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6.
Yeah.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Right?
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Because she rejected knowledge. Because she didn't want to get one verse. Because she wanted to lust after cigarettes. You know?
I will also reject thee.
The Lord rejected her. Next thing you know, she may, God forbid, she may just, I ain't gonna say no judgment, but anything could happen. That opportunity was her opportunity to hear the words of the Most High and to come back to the Lord. Right. She said, to hell with that, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Right.
The Lord said, because you reject knowledge, I'm gonna reject you. And us as a nation of people, we rejected God as a nation.
Right.
That's why we in slavery.
Right.
It's not a coincidence we just appeared here.
Right.
Right, the so-called white man who came out of the Caucasus Mountains, caveman put us in slavery.
Right.
How can a caveman put the God's greatest people in slavery? Right. It's because we turned away from him.
Right.
And as you see, that's a perfect example. All right, 63rd and Ashland, and the whole, every hood in Chicago, and all throughout America, and all throughout the world, is a perfect example of what it looks like to disobey God.
Right. Right.
Let's get Ezekiel 3:5.
Look at Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse number 5.
Bring it out.
For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech,
Right?
and of a hard language.
Right? We're not coming out here just speaking to people that know Creole and Spanish all day. We're not sent to some foreign people that we've never seen.
Right.
No, we're sent to the children of Israel, the so-called black and Hispanic. You know?
But to the house of Israel.
What's the who?
But to the house of Israel.
Again, our job is to teach the so-called black and Hispanics, the most hard-headed, stiff-necked people. He said, you're sent to the house of Israel. You know?
Not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language,
Right?
whose words thou cannot understand.
Right?
Surely had I sent thee to them.
The Lord said if he would have sent us to another race, the so-called white man, the so-called Chinese man, the East Indian man, you know,
They would have hearkened unto thee.
they would have what?
They would have hearkened unto thee.
So if we were sent to the so-called white man, they would have listened. They would have got it right. That was a so-called white woman. She would have came up, listened for hours on there, then put on a dress, put on fringes. You got Edomites wearing fringes now.
Right.
And and you got Edomites knowing their judgment wearing fringes.
Right.
And congregations. captains over Jake, which is off. Nevertheless, brother, you see how we wish our own people, they turn their back. But the Lord said if we would have went to a whole nother race, to the Chinese man, they would have got right. Imagine you're God's chosen people. You're the only race to everlasting life, that has everlasting life, and an opportunity to rule the world. Who wouldn't want to strive for that? But you tell our people, they just, oh, yeah, it is what it is. Right? No, I'm not an Israelite. I'm a nigga. I'm a Moorish American. I'm black. I am what I am. They will call themselves anything but God's chosen people.
Right.
All right. You got any questions, brother, that you had about life or anything before I go on?
That's strong, man. Y'all that's strong.
All praises to the Most High. All right. Let's get Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And again, brother, as you're hearing all this, it's what you call slowly but surely renewing your mind.
Right.
All right, Romans chapter 12, verse 2.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 12, and verse number 2.
Right.
And be not conformed to this world,
Right?
but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
So as you're coming out this world, you don't want to be transformed or conformed to the society. And again, that's why as we're out here, you got cars stopping, looking, seeing what's going on. Why you got so-called black men, Hispanic men on one accord in the middle of the cold? What the hell is this? Right? That's close too, and that's what you call being holy, set apart, different, a spectacle.
That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
All right, and this is the perfect will of the Most High. And I can see it on the face when it's cold and you're shivering, but guess what? This is the perfect will of God.
Perfect.
That's what you call making your body read verse 1. This is what you call making your body a living sacrifice.
Yes.
Right.
You think we just decided to just woke up randomly, so we just go out in the cold and just talk. Just quote random verses. No, as we do this, brother, and as you're standing out here, you're building up spiritual riches.
Right.
Laying up spiritual wealth for yourself in the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
You think this is going unnoticed? You think God is just taking a nap right now? No, he's looking at your good works, brother.
Right.
And every time you feel like you can't do it, just remember the Most High he's watching. You can do all things through his son, your help shot.
Right.
Read verse 1.
Romans chapter 12 and verse 1.
Right.
Yeah.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren,
Right?
by the mercies of God,
Right?
that ye present your
And
bodies
you present your body, you know?
a living sacrifice.
What?
A living
In
sacrifice.
the cold?
A living
Below
sacrifice.
freezing?
A living
The
sacrifice.
Lord said that what you're doing right now, brother, is presenting your body a living sacrifice. Right? God could have chose anyone to present their bodies as a living sacrifice. But he chose you to be that chosen vessel. Give me Jeremiah 1:1. You can bring out
1 John 2 and 15.
Right.
Love not the world,
right,
neither the things that are in the world.
right.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Right, if you love this world, the love of the Most High God is not in you. How you doing, brother? How you doing, brother? You see yourself on that sign? You see your race on that sign? Your race still called on that sign? Where? First one? Alright, now, what do you think is going on here? When you see this, what do you think is going on? So-called black man reading the Bible. What comes to your mind?
Not much.
So what we're out here doing, brother, is we're teaching that you will be an Israelite. God's chosen people. You will be a part of, First Peter 2:9. You will be a part of God's chosen race. Alright? I said you will be a part of God's chosen race. You being a part of God's chosen race, that's about that come with it. Alright, you got glory, everlasting life, kingdom, rulership, truth that comes with it. And what we're out here doing is we're teaching the truth of the Bible.
1 Peter 2:9.
Right.
For ye are a chosen generation.
The Lord says,
For ye are a chosen generation.
Read.
A royal priesthood.
Right.
And holy nation.
Now what?
A holy nation.
So, brother, what this world will never tell you is that the so-called black and Hispanic man are a holy nation unto God.
Right.
Again, the so-called white man, he's not going to remind you of these things, the Chinese man. You got all these different religions. What religion has ever taught you that you are the number one people on the face of the earth? None of them. But guess what? That's why the Lord has truth coming out in the last days.
Right.
What's true is Bible.
Right.
Right? What's true? The men of the Lord coming out teach you that you are an Israelite.
Right.
All right?
Right.
You know what?
And peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who has called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
All right, this is a marvelous light. So again, brother, you will be an Israelite. God's chosen people. You feel what I'm saying? And us being God's chosen people, do you know why we're at the bottom of society? If we were God's favorite people, chosen, his sons, beloved, why are we at the bottom of society? Because we broke God's commandments. God gave us certain commandments and ordinances to keep. For example, love your brother as you love yourself.
Right,
Don't sleep with your brother's wife.
right,
Keep the Sabbath day holy.
right,
These are the things God commanded the Israelites.
right.
Now, the so-called black people follow those commandments today. I see the so-called black people follow God's commandments today. No. Again, one commandment is to not lay with your brother's wife. Here it is, you got people that promote that. Does the Chinese man promote sleeping with another Chinese man's wife? Have you ever heard of that? Never heard of that. But guess what? Because we went off and we sinned, the Lord put us at the bottom of society.
Right.
All right, let's get Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
Book of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15.
Right.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Right.
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
If we don't keep God's commandments as he commanded us to keep, you know,
That all these curses,
all these what?
All these curses.
Say that again.
all these curses
All these curses.
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So if we don't keep God's commandments, he's going to send a curse upon us. Now, it's this thing that's called generational curses. When you think about generational curses, what race of people comes to your mind? All right. So off bat, the Lord is going to send curses upon one nation of people. Read verse 48.
Verse 48.
Right?
Verse 48.
You know?
Wherefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Verse 46.
46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign,
Right?
and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
All right, take a flyer, brother. Get a flyer, brother. See that? That's what you call Israel. Hey, sis, take a flyer. Take a flyer, sister. Most I really kept it. All right. But again, brother, this is what you call the state of our people. Give me Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Give me Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 1. Alright. Give me Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 1. And again, brother, do you think, give me Matthew 13 and verse number 10.
Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 1.
Like, and brother, do you think the Lord chose everybody? Somebody talking over there? Brother, do you think the Lord chose everybody?
I think he did.
Well, he didn't. If the Lord chose everybody, everybody would be up here.
Right,
If the Lord chose everybody, then everybody will be standing right here, right now.
right,
Now, when you look into that concept of the Lord choosing everybody, remember, we have the chosen race. If everybody was God's chosen, then that would take away the power of the word chosen.
Right.
Because everybody would be the same. And then within that chosen, he has a specific group of people that he chose.
Right.
And Most High will, brother, we're a part of that number. Let's get Jeremiah 1:1.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
The words of Jeremiah, the son of Hilkiah, verse number 3.
Right.
It came also in the days of Joachim, the son of Josiah, verse 5.
Right.
Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
Right.
And before thou camest forth out of the womb,
Right.
I sanctified thee.
So the Lord said he knows your beginnings through the Spirit. When the Lord created Jeremiah, he said the minute Jeremiah entered his mother's womb, he sanctified him and ordained him a prophet. The Lord didn't ordain everybody to come to the knowledge of the Most High.
Right.
And I'm saying this because, again, brother, it's a very special thing for you to be standing up here in the code and doing the element.
Right.
All right, read on.
I ordained thee a prophet unto the nation.
Right, and the Lord ordained you from the foundation to Most High will be to be a servant. All right, brothers up here, the Most High ordained to be servants.
Right.
Prophets, ministers, evangelists, disciples, apostles. Read on.
And Salaki, then said I, Lord God, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child.
Sit on that. Read, Matthew 13:10.
Book of Matthew, chapter 13, and verse number 10.
Yeah.
And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
So when you read the Bible, you had who the world calls Christ. He was talking to these different people in parables, basically like a riddle. He kept pulling forth these little riddles and hints, so everybody want to understand what he's talking about, right? I mean, when you read the book of Luke, if I'm not mistaken, it has the most parables in it. So the Lord, he was spinning a lot of secret riddles and parables as he was talking to everybody.
Right.
If the Lord came for all people, he would have talked to them in plain words. He would have made it plain up on tables.
Right.
But that just shows that the Most High is not here for everybody. He's here for a chosen. Read on.
He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
And again, brother, this thing was known and made plain to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. It didn't say to everybody it was known. Because again, if it was made known to everybody would be standing up here right now. You know?
But to them it is not given.
Hey, but to everybody else is not given. How you doing, brother? You see yourself on the side? You listening? What you hear so far? I don't know how long you were standing over there. You just walked up? All right. Okay, all praise. So what we're teaching is that the so-called black and Hispanic man are God's chosen people. You heard about the Israelites? You said you went to church? Did church teach you that you will be an Israelite? According to the Bible?
They ain't teaching them, that's why you got a problem with.
Oh, see that? Hey, that's good, brother. Never go back to church. That's right. Now the pastor there, when you go to the church, they're not going to teach you that you're God's chosen.
Right.
Get back safe, brother.
Yeah.
All praise to the Most High. I get one verse for you. Give me go to 28 and 68. Again, brother, you will be an Israelite. You can tell me a little bit. So I'm going to strain my voice.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse number 68.
Bring it out.
Now, the Bible talks about so-called black history. That's something that the church won't tell you. Now, that's good that you love the church, because the church, for years and years upon that, has taught lies. All right?
They want to rock the church, though. It was all about you. I was very close.
Yeah. You still gangbang? Okay, right now. Let's read now. The church, brother, they're not going to teach you that the Bible is black history. So whatever reason you left the church, it's good that you left. Because, again, like you said, you never learned that. Even in school. School never taught you about the history past slavery.
Right.
Right? I've never been to a school or heard of a school that teaches history, so-called black history past slavery. Right? You go to school, they teach about the Romans, the Greeks, Persians, these different dynasties, the Shanghai dynasty, and all these different things. All these things are BC, so-called. Do you name your history that's BC, before common era? Like your ancient kings or your emperors, your rulers. Do you go back that far with the history? No, I'm talking about
I know what you're talking about.
black history.
I know what you're talking about.
Right, I'm not talking about anything in there, I'm asking you, what history do you have any knowledge of prior to slavery?
Sit back and listen, Charlie. That's all I want to do.
Alright, let's get down to
Okay, good.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
No. Listen, get more wisdom.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again
Right.
with ships.
So the Lord is going to bring the Israelites into slavery again with ships. You know what?
By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
Right.
thou shalt see it no more again.
Right?
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
So the Bible teaches about black history and us being sold to our enemies.
Right.
Alright?
ain't listening.
Yeah, they mind span is just 5 seconds.
Who's talking about the mob?
Yeah, I don't know. See, I know about my history, but the mob and gang thing. Brother, what you going into? Come on. Let's go to yeah, Jake, mind span just, 5. So you got to give it to him, kind of get it out. Well, let's go back to Romans 11.
The book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
I say then, have God cast away his people? God forbid.
Right?
For I also am an Israelite,
You know
of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Read.
God hath not cast away his people, which he foreknew. What you not what the scriptures say of Elias?
Right, so again, the Lord always has a remnant. Alright, read, I believe that's 1 Kings, the 19th chapter. We read about Elijah and the prophets. Right, from chapter 17 to chapter 19. You know what?
How he maketh intercession to God against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets, and dig down thine altars.
Right,
And I am left alone,
right,
and they seek my life.
right. So you read 1 Kings, the 19th chapter. He goes into this account through the Spirit. Why? Because the Lord has a remnant that he always dealt with. Elijah thought he was the last man, right? The last prophet. But guess what? The Lord always has a remnant set up. And Most High wanted that brother who endured the cold as a part of that remnant. Right? You don't see that, too often.
Right.
Check out here, it's damn 2 degrees.
Right.
Windshields make it feel like it's damn negative 1,000. Nevertheless, you got the brother up here shivering, about to damn pass out and look like listening to the words of the Most High.
Right.
Very humble. And I believe that's the brother third time coming out here, if I'm not mistaken. So Most High will keep coming out and receiving the word. You said you got a flyer, right? Okay, I'll pray. You got a precept?
Yeah. Can you break down 2nd Ezra chapter 5, verse 4 and 5?
Yeah, we just went over that. Let's go 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and 4.
Second Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 4.
Right.
But if the Most High grant thee to live, thou shalt see after the third trump.
All right, hold that. Give me Revelation chapter 8 and verse number 3. Verse 5. So the Lord said, Ezra said, if the Most High grant you to live after the third trump. So when you read 2nd Ezra 5, we know it's end time prophecy through the Spirit. So Ezra, before John was on the scene, Ezra was already given an understanding of the different trumpets. You got, now it's really an in-depth breakdown, but you got the 7 seals. The last seal, the 7th seal, kicks off the trumpets. All right, which is when the missiles start dropping. So read Revelation.
Revelation 3 and 5. He that overcometh.
No, Revelation 8 and verse 5. Revelation chapter 8 and verse 5.
Revelation chapter 8 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar and cast it into the earth.
Right.
And there were voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake. And the 7 angels which had the 7 trumpets prepared themselves to sound.
Right, so you got the 7 angels ready to sound off the trumpets. Read on.
The first angel sounded, and therefore followed hail and fire mingled with blood.
Jump to the
mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth. And the third part of trees was burnt up,
right?
And all green grass was burnt up.
Trees and grass represents man. So when the missiles fell, man got devoured and burnt up. That's when this is the return of the house shot. You know?
And the second angel sounded, and as it were a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea. And the third part of the sea became blood.
Right, that's the second trump. The second angel, he sounded off the trump, you know?
And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea had life, died, and the third part of the ships were destroyed.
Right.
And the third angel sounded.
And the third angel sounded. That's what Esdras is going into. Right, the trumpets. So after this third angel sounded, you know?
And there fell a great star from heaven.
That great star is another word for a missile. Right, the missiles coming down from heaven, you know?
Burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of waters.
Right, and those, we know that the rivers and the seas and waters represent man. All right, you can link that up with, I believe that's Ezekiel 30 and verse number 1 on down, with Pharaoh Necho. Now go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 5. How his army was likened unto waters. 2nd Ezra 5 and verse 4. So that's what he's talking about. As the missiles is dropping and all hell breaking loose in the destruction, he's saying this. He said, if the Most High grant you to live after the third trump, because again, as those missiles is falling, man is getting devoured. Right? When you hear about the grass, the trees, and the wood, that all represents man getting burnt up with the destruction.
All right.
So if the Most High allows you to live after that, you know.
Thou shalt see the third trumpet, that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night,
right?
And the moon thrice in a day.
Meaning hope. When you see that sun and the moon, that light represents hope. So after you get over that third trump and you're still alive, and you're still holding on to your faith, hey, just know that the Lord, he's nigh at return. Because the Most High, or Yahweh Shai, he's going to return during that 7th trump. So after that third trump, you're already halfway there. So you know?
And blood shall drop out of wood, right? And the stone shall give his voice.
It said blood shall drop out of wood. And again, wood represents men, trees. Mark 8, verse 22. Right? Not to make it too long, but you got Mark 8 and 22, Jeremiah 11 and verse 16. Psalms 52 and verse 8. These different precepts represents man as wood or trees. You got what's another one? Yeah, go ahead.
Book of Mark 8 and 24.
Bring it out.
And he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking.
Right. So Mark, or when Yahweh Shah was prophesying, healing this blind man, he spit in his eyes and he said he see men as trees walking. Then he healed them and he seen men physically. So men represents trees. So after that third trump, when the missiles is dropping, you see blood coming out of wood that represents man being destroyed with the missiles after the third trump. So finish that out in 2nd Ezra 5.
And blood shall drop out of wood, and the stone shall give his voice.
And the stone is Yahweh Shai. Alright, when you read Daniel, the 2nd chapter. What? Stone, let's get Daniel chapter 2. And read the last verse. Yes, Daniel chapter 2. 2 and 44, I believe.
Book of Daniel, chapter 2, and verse 44.
Right.
And in the days of the kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed.
Right.
And the kingdom shall not be left to another people.
Right.
But it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms.
So when you read Daniel chapter 2, it's going into a vision that Daniel had about Nebuchadnezzar's dream. And a part of his dream was he seen a stone falling from heaven, breaking down the kingdoms with the toes, the clay, and these different things. So as he's breaking him down the dream, he said that stone, read that latter part again.
And the kingdom shall not be left to other people.
Right, so that kingdom that's not going to be left to other people is the Lord's kingdom. So Yahweh Shai's kingdom is going to come and break down the rest of the kingdom.
Right.
Now, Daniel 2, we read that again, it's going to explain itself through the Spirit, but that stone is the Lord. We read up a little bit. But with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shai. Come here, Shalom.
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 Come here, Shalom.